Case 4. Lust. A prostitute killed while forced to have relations with a John wearing a custom-made knife contraption. Case 5. Pride. A beautiful model, after having her face disfigured, was given two choices by the killer: call for help or take sleeping pills and commit suicide. She chose the latter, unable to bear the shame of no longer being beautiful. Each case hammered my nerves. I became increasingly irritable and more dependent on William's experience and wisdom. Our initial opposition gradually gave way to a heavy, unspoken understanding. We both knew what kind of enemy we faced. Just when we thought we were at a dead end, passively waiting for him to complete the remaining two sins, envy and wrath, John, that ghost-like killer, walked into the police station covered in blood and surrendered. He calmly extended his hands for us to handcuff him, his face bearing a strange look of satisfaction. What I felt wasn't relief at catching the killer, but unease. Why would he turn himself in when his plan wasn't complete? William sensed something was wrong too. There had to be another move, something more destructive and cruel in the works. John proposed a deal. He would reveal the locations of the final two victims if William and I escorted him to a specific location. Otherwise, he'd plead insanity and escape punishment. We had no choice but to agree. In the police car heading toward the unknown, John began preaching. He talked about people's indifference and numbness, how sin spreads like a plague, and how he was simply using extreme methods to wake up a numb world. His words were hypnotic, each one piercing my mind like a needle. I struggled to control my emotions, telling myself he was just a madman, a murderer. But deep inside, a terrifying sense of agreement was quietly growing. This world truly was sick. Finally, we reached that deserted stretch of desert. John said he represented envy of my ordinary happiness and beautiful wife. My heart suddenly filled with foreboding. Then a delivery truck arrived with a package, a small but mysterious box. When William opened it and saw what was inside, his eyes filled with horror and sadness. He tried to stop me from looking, but I already guessed. Or rather, my deepest fear had been precisely captured and cruelly realized by John. John's voice was like a curse from hell, each word cutting into me like a blade. My beloved wife and our unborn child. Wrath was the final sin he had prepared for me. He wanted me to complete his masterpiece with my own hands, to become wrath itself. In that moment, all rationality and restraint, all law and order collapsed in my mind. I raised my gun. William was shouting. John was smiling. He had won. He had proven his theory in the most vicious way. There's a devil in everyone, waiting for the right conditions to break free. The gun fired. The world went quiet. I became the final perfect piece in his plan, a soul consumed by wrath. I don't know what happens next, trial, prison, or something else, but none of that matters. What matters is that I killed a demon with my own hands, and also killed a part of myself. William's final words to me quoted Hemingway: "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." He agreed with the second part, and me, looking at this world made more absurd and bleak by my wrath, I feel nothing but endless fatigue and emptiness. John is dead, but his ghost will forever haunt this city and my heart. This 7 deadly sins judgment ultimately had no winners.